viernes 5, sábado 6, domingo 7, domingo 7. Muy bien, Katie.
Dual language is a whole different thing. We have half of the kids, and in some cases in our classroom, 60 to 70% of the kids are English speakers who have given a commitment, and their parents have given a commitment, that they will learn their academic content in Spanish. They will learn totally in Spanish. And they already know English for those students. And then the Spanish language students are gaining all their academics through Spanish, and they're also having English lessons every day on a consistent basis. And we know that research shows that dual language is the program that will make children bilingual and biliterate in 5 years. It is a totally different program. It's fascinating.
The way the program works, there are basically 3 goals. The goals of the program are that the children become biliterate, which means that they can read, write, listen, and speak in both languages, English and Spanish, at high levels. The second goal is that they achieve academically in all their curricular areas at high levels, that there are high academic standards, as well as that they develop a cross-cultural understanding. And the way that that is achieved is, number one, that there needs to be a balance in the classroom between English and Spanish speakers. And then finally, it's the breakdown of how the languages are used throughout the school year. In kindergarten, 90% of the day is taught in Spanish and 10% in English. Same is true in first grade. Then in second grade, 80% of the day in Spanish and 20% of the day in English. In third grade, 75% of the day is in Spanish and 25% of the day is in English, but that's the year that we introduce formal English language arts instruction, so asking the children to begin reading and writing in English. Then in fourth and fifth grade, 50% of the day is English and 50% is Spanish. The research really shows that there are not only linguistic but cognitive advantages to bilingualism. It's just taking advantage of a natural ability that children have when otherwise those doors are closed.
Ivanhoe is a very unique and diverse community. We offer a school for advanced studies because we are a high-performing school. This is a program that will articulate between elementary, middle, and high school how we educate highly able learners. So our staff has made a commitment to differentiated instruction, which means that they really look at each child and what is that child's talent? What is the intelligence that I need to address when I'm planning my lessons? Does this child learn spatially? Does this child learn through music? Does this child learn through art? Is this child a very visual child, kinesthetic? It needs to use lots of concrete materials. And also giving lots of alternative project ideas. It's not like a one-size-fits-all. Dual language fits into that because they are not a program of themselves. They also work in the grade level teams to talk about the curriculum and the subjects and how they're going to differentiate. Even though they're teaching in a different language, they're teaching in Spanish, they're still teaching the academic program. They're still teaching grade level.
A typical day in K is morning routine, going through the calendar, going through all of the preliminary activities, building a lot of vocabulary. Then we break off into our academic groups, and using a lot of TPR, total physical response, using a lot of visual aids, a lot of songs, anything that will make that connection for them. So we do a lot of cooperative groups and a lot of interacting. The Spanish speakers are models for the English native speakers and vice versa. And throughout the day, during recess, and during interacting time, during play, during academic groups, they become models for each other, and through their interaction, they're building their vocabulary.
It's very important. It's very important, especially in dual language where you want to have the immersion work, where you have some children that speak a little more Spanish than others, some of them that are understanding a little more than others. So what you have is that the strongest kids, the strongest help the ones that are still having a little trouble understanding, or the ones that are having trouble focusing on what they need to do. And that's when we need to have more support with the other students, because they help me translate. they help them when I'm talking. They're always asking questions, and that's what the immersion comes, where they ask questions, they talk to each other, and they help each other.
I think at the beginning when we started with the program, actually when we started enrolling her in the program, one of the main concerns was she going to be labeled as an ESL student or as a LEP student? That was one of our main concerns.
It's very interesting. When we first started the program, we need Spanish-speaking students and English-speaking students for this program. It was very hard to attract the Spanish-speaking families into the program because the parents thought that my kid already speaks Spanish. I want him or her to learn English, and they did not understand that they were going to be getting both languages. So a lot of the parents had concerns that their kid was going to be labeled LEP student or limited English proficient, the way they call it.
Dual language is quite a bit different from the traditional bilingual education programs that were eliminated from Proposition 227, in that the design of the program and the goals of the program are different. In dual language, it's an additive bilingual program. You're not trying to take away something while adding on another language. It's additive in the sense that you're trying to maintain a child's native language and add a target language that they're trying to master.
There was this conversation out there that was all about how bilingual education didn't work. Well, the rest of the world is wanting that we are bilingual, that we are multilingual, because our world is shrinking. And the children that we are teaching today, they are going to be doing international commerce. They are going to be traveling all over the world. They'll be teleconferencing. They need a second language. So we're doing our students a disservice if we don't offer it in the elementary schools. And that's for all children, all children.
Dual language is not a new concept. Dual language has existed in the United States for many years, and there are many school districts in California that have had dual language programs long enough that those children have now graduated from high school and are bilingual students in college. So there are research results to show that it's working for both English speakers and Spanish speakers.
Now that she's in the third year, her understanding, her comprehension of the language is pretty good. She speaks it really well, she writes it really well, and both my husband and I really want her to be at least bilingual. So that was our goal, and it's being achieved.
I stand behind the program. I stand behind my son in it, but like I said, it's a commitment. It's something that I enjoy doing because I'm a Spanish speaker. I can help the other children, give them the confidence that they need. They get very excited when a person, they see a grown-up other than the teacher, can speak English and Spanish. Some of the children, you know, they like one little girl said, "You speak English and Spanish really well?" Like it's like a vision. It's a little leap. And to be able to share that and be a part of my son's life in school and share that, to me, it's like really special.
Dual language is a voluntary program. It's a program that the parents choose for their children. The parents tend to have a real high level of commitment to what they've chosen, which is great for us as teachers because we automatically get an overwhelming percentage of our parents who are involved, concerned, who want to volunteer in the classroom because they want to see this work. So we automatically have the parents on our side from the beginning just because of the fact that they'd be willing to make this commitment to put their kids in a program for 6 years where the goal is to learn another language and to become bilingual, bicultural, and biliterate.
What the program is doing now is that we have a lot of support from other families. We have a list of phone numbers. We have parent support. Some certain parents that decided that they were going to be taking care of a couple of children after school, maybe helping them do the homework, or they're available, they have their number on certain days where they can call them and they can help the other students that need a little more help.
There's a big parental commitment. It's fun though because I feel like I'm learning along with him. I feel parents should be committed to their kids' school program, whether it's in English or Spanish or whatever, to make it really work for their child. So there is a commitment. I may have to work a little bit harder to understand things, but I think for everyone involved in the long run, it's most definitely worth it.
this program has affected our cultural awareness kind of intensely. I think that we're much more likely to be to feel connected to and be interested in events that are of any Latin American country in origin happening around the city. And I think that also, I think that it makes a difference in how your child sees other people if they're involved and embracing another culture. It makes them feel connected.
This program really embraces both cultures, and I think that's incredibly valuable. I really love the enthusiasm and the heart that the teachers bring to the program, because it's something so innovative and something so valuable for the children they're teaching. I love the strong parent involvement because it's such a special program. All the parents have very strong feelings about why they want their children here and collaborate as a real community.
I believe that children have a great capacity to learn language from a very early age. I believe the research that points to the fact that children after about 9 years of age begin to become less adept at learning language. And so I firmly believe that we're losing a very valuable resource if we don't offer that to kids when they're primed for language learning. And so to be able to participate in a program that's going to help kids become bilingual when they may not have that opportunity later in life, to me is a gift, and it's something that I want to give.
Muy agotada de tanto nadar, Regina llegó.